students. So, in the first three videos related to the story, The Fall of Troy, we saw exactly the reason of the fight between the Trojans and the Greeks. And we also saw that the siege war continued till 10 years, and both the sides were not means they longed, Greeks longed to go home, and even the Trojans were weary of the war, and they desired to come out and to live without any stress, come out of the gates of their city in which they were trapped because of the siege by the Greeks. What was the reason of the fight, of the war between both of them? Paris had eloped with Helen, and thereby it was a cause of dishonor for the Greeks, and that's why there was a war between the Trojans and the Greeks. So in this video, this is the fourth in the series, and in this video we will see that how at last Troy, the fall of Troy, the defeat of Troy. Earlier itself I explained to you that Troy was strategically situated in such a place where it was not easy to defeat it. Along with that, it was protected by a big wall, and thereby it was not easy to capture it by the Greeks. For the Greeks, it was not easy to capture it. So how exactly they defeated Troy, we are going to see now. So, did they defeat Troy with power, means fighting, by fighting their way to victory? No. So how did they defeat Troy? They defeated it by a trick. They defeated it by a trick. Okay? Not by force. It was not taken by force. It was not defeated by force, but by a trick. What do you mean by a scheme, a cunning act? A scheme, a cunning act. A plan. Okay. So, what was the trick exactly which stopped the war, which had continued for 10 long years? Now, whose mind was it? It was cunning, audacious. It was cunning, audacious, and what did he do exactly? Cunning, clever. Cunning, clever, crafty. He was very clever, crafty, and what did he do? What did he do? He suggested a plan. And what was the plan? To build a big horse, a wooden horse, so big that all the warriors can hide in that horse, and to pretend that all the Greek army had gone, means they were fed up of the war, and they had returned to Greece, and to hide in that horse and to let it on the shore. And one of the Greek soldiers, he will he will persuade the Trojans to take the horse inside the city. And once inside the city, they will come out at night and they will destroy Troy. So this was the plan. Okay? Then they will. So this was the plan. To pretend to sail away, to leave. To sail away is to leave, to depart. To sail away is to leave, to depart. To leave, to depart. So what was the exact plan? To sail away, to depart from there, to burn their tents, to just go away, and instead of sailing away, to return at night. Some of the warriors will hide inside the horse, and what they will do? They will open the doors for the other soldiers to enter the city at night. So this was the plan. Now, the Greek leaders agreed to the plan by Odysseus, and a great horse of wood was built by a very skillful engineer, and all the great heroes like Menelaus, Odysseus, all they hid inside that horse. And even the architect he also went inside the horse because he knew how to open it from inside again once they were in the city. Now that evening, the Greeks, they burned all the tents and they pretended they sailed away their ship. Actually, they didn't sail away their ship. They were hiding. They were hiding. And only one man was left there. Why? Just to persuade the Trojans to drag the horse inside the city. Okay, to persuade means to convince. Persuade is to convince. To convince whom? To Trojans. Because their plan would not have been successful if the horse would have stayed out of the city wall, out of the city gate. Yes? And they wanted to enter the city. And how all this would have been possible? Only if there was someone to persuade the Trojans. This was indeed risky. But after 10 long years, it was necessary to do something, to take some action to end the war. Now next day, as the Trojans woke up, and they came out, and what did they saw? What did they see there? They were so happy to see that there were no Greeks on the shore. They have sailed away. It seemed that the siege was over. You imagine staying inside for 10 long years. Okay? They didn't get an opportunity to go out, to come out. So 10 long years they were trapped inside their own city. And after 10 years, you can imagine their delight to see that the Greeks had sailed away. Okay? Now, the shore was deserted. There was no one. And it's peace at last. No one likes war, isn't it? Even the Trojans didn't like war. Because 10 long years they had been fighting. Most of their warriors had been killed. And they longed to be at ease, to take a peaceful sleep and to enjoy their routine life again. So now, this is what happened. In the next video, I will tell you what happened when the Greeks opened the gate and they were not careful about that. The enemy this can be just a trick to make them come out and to attack them. Do watch the next video to go through the story. Thank you.